You're low energy videographers, all of you. Hey there.
What's up?
Come on in, come on in, come on in.
So we are live right now on YouTube.
Of course we are. Why wouldn't we be?
Hey!
Look right in here. We're live on YouTube. I got it. What I have to do though, I have to spread the link around so people know we're here.
A likely story.
Okay,
So do so.
Yeah.
Eventually, people will see
We'll
us.
figure out amongst us who has the dirtiest joke, and then we'll
Well, it's the internet, so
completely go
So,
around the
so
FCPX.
people are watching us.
how you doing here?
Yeah, probably three.
3 people.
Yeah, probably 3 people in Milwaukee.
No, usually it goes multiples of hundreds.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. So that's what I have. I
This
brought
is-
Peace
this
with me.
Oh, you can leave me alone on the world. Here.
Well, nobody's.
Well, they know you.
Nobody
Hey,
knows
Richard.
me.
Good seeing you.
How you doing, Ian?
Very good.
Let me turn the microphone on.
Testing, testing, testes.
Oh, I think we're good.
Did
Yeah.
you say testes?
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
I used to do that.
Just testing.
Kind of weird. Years in radio.
All right. That's funny.
How often do you test your testes? Like in the shower?
This is most of current YouTube content is somebody standing in a hotel room going, are we live yet? Are we on yet?
So the thing is that 360 camera. Well, does your stream?
No idea.
Because the 360 Pro, the little one, it does like it'll stream to Wi-Fi. It'll stream to YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't tried it though.
Cool. So yes, talking 360 cameras, I'm sure this will be a topic of
There we go.
much debate.
It's very visual.
But Steve knows.
So
What do I
you've
know?
got the monitor for his 360, so you should hold that in front of the camera. Then we'll have this
Oh, sorry,
incredible
that's-
inception loop.
That's,
It
Oh,
is.
great. The internet.
It
It's like that.
It would be. It would be an
We did that
inception
last
loop,
year.
wouldn't it?
That's right.
We did break that last year. So where's the thing? Oh, it's that one. Is it that thing? Yeah, there we go.
Wait, there you go. There's the camera.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just ruining the Facebook loop.
Sorry, no, we're not. We're fine. No, we're not. We're just getting started. So.
Release engine, yeah.
Well, I haven't spread it out anywhere. It's on my YouTube channel live.
So they're all waiting for us to say
I'm
something
kind of
intelligent.
I'm a
And you
Phil's
may wait a
fan.
long,
Yeah,
long
it might be a
time.
while.
I'm a Phil's.
I'm telling you,
fan.
pack that suitcase.
We haven't learned anything new since the last chat.
Let's make stuff up.
No, I know that.
That's
That's it's absolutely true.
But we have more speculation.
What feature do you want? We'll make sure it happens.
Yeah.
We have more guesses.
All Apple computers, $10 tomorrow only. No, just kidding.
I'm gonna tweet this photo that you sent.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna tweet it out.
Our coffee shop.
Hashtag FCP Summit.
FCP Summit or yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that'd be a good
Fewer
one.
characters.
We haven't established one. I wonder if FMC has something official.
No.
They don't.
No.
You'd think they would have planned that.
Oh, FCP.
Videographer or-
Yeah, it's all uppercase, right?
Except for the Summit.
360
Yes.
shooter, the
Let the
virtualographer.
So thank you for. You have to show me how you did that.
Yes, discovering new 360 workflows and figuring things out. Lots of fun
All
stuff
uppercase.
happening over the next few days.
FCPX,
And
S, all uppercase, and then
Yes.
Summit, uppercase.
It'll be fun.
1T.
Final Cut Pro Creator Summit.
Oh,
Do come. It is
So,
worthwhile.
so we now we're
So
on
that's-
our secret group.
Okay.
We're on
Okay.
there,
that's-
so they can tune in here now to
Oh,
see us. Now I'm going to post it to a bunch of other ones.
All right, let's see Summit begin.
Welcome to 1 billion computer possibilities.
So, it should
So
say
do we
something
wanna-
about coffee?
Do we want to tell them what we know?
Does anybody know anything?
The
I don't
people
know
who
if they
know
know what we
things,
know.
some of the people who know things might be in this room, but can't say anything. And they can't deny or
Well,
confirm that they're saying.
here's what I've gathered from talking with, not with Steve, but.
Oh,
Not
good.
putting you on the spot.
No, no, no.
But talking with other people that have knowledge, that everybody knows there's an update. That's not a secret,
Okay.
but they don't know when it's going to be released.
Yeah, this year is what we know. Officially, Apple have said it's this year. And
I
they've
would
said
agree
360.
that
Well, we know that iMac Pro is going to be released this year, right?
December.
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 There's a date, I think. I thought there was at one point.
I didn't hear about a date.
Again.
So it's really too early for rumors. We haven't heard many rumors around yet
This is
because
Apple.
we've all
It's
just
never
met
too
each
early
other
for rumors.
in
Yeah.
IRL for the first time in a year.
I don't
For most of us, or at least since NAB. You weren't in NAB this year, though, so
No.
you were there last year. But
They did,
Richard was there.
they did some presentation there showing something, didn't they?
I think it was
At
an
NAB?
IBC presentation.
Yeah,
it's
they actually they
NBC?
had public demonstrations for the first time. Or not demonstrations, but they had, in the actual hall at NAB, for the first time that I've ever seen it, they had a presentation that Richard recorded some of, and they didn't shut him down.
Okay.
And that they talked about, I mean, official people from
I
Apple,
posted that.
officially involved in Final Cut Pro 10, stood up in a public meeting and talked about some Final Cut Pro 10 stuff.
Okay.
That was the first time I had seen that happen. It was very, very welcome and very nice. So, you know, it was under the aegis of FCP Works.
Steve, do you recognize this?
Yes, you. Yeah, that's. Do you like it?
Yes, I love it.
So that's a little LED light that I found on Amazon for like $15,
15
and you can clip it on. And the brightest little thing I
It
found it
has
to
3
be.
stages. Click, click, click.
It's the greatest little
Rechargeable
light.
I wanted to get something like that just for the top of my camera, so that purely for an eye
Isn't
light.
that great?
It's
It
a little
is.
sparkle in eyes.
You know what I find? I clip it here if I go if I'm gonna walk around outside and feed the chickens at night. I
Everyone-
see. Just put it right there.
Chickens?
Chickens.
Yeah, chicken.
Oh my God.
How many?
25 or something.
Okay.
Oh my God.
How many eggs
Do
are
they all have
you
unique
We
names?
give a lot of eggs
Ah.
away. We give a lot of eggs away. People like that when you get mix. What's mix? What's mix? What's mix?
Number one.
Why not?
It's a lot of fish.
Yeah.
Most people like it when you feed them.
Yeah. So, yeah, that light is great for just walking around outside.
Sure,
Must be for a
and,
second.
it's great. Clips right here. And I've used it as a kicker, a little kicker light on
Sure.
the side of something. It's look how bright it is.
Well, it's a little Obi, so, you know, the traditional Hollywood eye light from the Merle Oberon days. See?
My theory was
Students of
Is that
video history and filming history.
Is that a carbon fiber tripod? Look.
Yes, it is.
So it's super lightweight.
Yes.
And, so, and you flew here, right?
Yeah, I can pack it in this.
Hey.
See, that's nice.
It compacts. That I got it specifically for that reason.
And the Manfrotto head on it. Or Manfrotto tripod all around.
I actually thought about buying that little photo head on it, that you get the little ball head. That looks pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of
He's
an
got
Amazon
quite a bit of a rig on there,
He
too.
does.
Well, I've been practicing.
It hasn't tipped over yet. That's the important part.
So who's going to run this thing? Are we just going to mumble for the
We're
next
just
15 minutes?
hanging out as if there's no camera here.
Right.
Because everything we're doing is insanely
You know what?
entertaining.
Yeah.
That light is actually, it's pretty, well, it's funny because you got some light coming in through there, and that's
Right.
daylight.
It's almost like a little fill light.
Ian's got a little hair light in the bathroom. Little rim light.
Yeah, it's in my glasses. I can see it right up.
Yeah, he's backlit. He's
there.
He's sticking in his location.
Cool.
Yes. Oh, someone told me about barbecue potatoes.
Do you think everything's running?
Yeah, I got. Yeah, you guys are on this.
Focused on it.
What time is it?
The only one I'm sharing is YouTube. Is this one? This is Google Chat YouTube, and I've taken this link and put it on Facebook groups.
Okay.
Ah.
So is there any way to track whether we should be talking about something serious about whether anybody's watching or?
Is anybody commenting or asking?
Do we want to tell them the secrets that we know? Or we want to save it till tomorrow?
What secrets do we know?
I'm off camera just.
We can tell them the secrets we're making up.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about.
The
I'll tell you
timeline
what,
is braille now.
Make predictions and then figure out the over/under on the spread as to what actually happens. So then you seem like whoever makes the most accurate seems like a genius at the end of it.
They're going to give us
Right.
one more roll color.
Okay, I predict somebody's going to have
No,
to talk to
no,
us.
You can make as many roll calls as you want.
Not really.
Is that for your beer?
That's for yes. That's exactly.
You can in
Has a
Logic.
little shelf.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you could put a beer in there.
That's what it's for.
That's what it's for.
I love that.
I don't drink.
It's just like, I mean, it's
Coffee.
so-
Travel without that.
That's so awesome. I love that.
It's classier than the beer hat.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
let's
with
start
the two.
some sort of content. So who came from the farthest? We're from Arizona. That's not
Pretty
far at
sure.
all. Ian probably because he came from
Yeah.
Australia.
Well, cheater.
He definitely did.
Okay, so but he's international. We'll wait for the international news later. So who's the U.S. local farthest? Which are you two guys?
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
I'm Milwaukee. I think he's a bit farther than
You're a bit farther. Okay, come on. It's interview time. Hello. So we're going to meet somebody. Come on up. Come on up.
I'm here,
Stand
I'm
up.
here,
Stand up.
I'm
Stand up. Stand up. Give everybody your name and talk about why you're here.
I'm Jason Brown from the University of Tennessee. This is
Cool.
my third year at the summit. I've been at the inaugural, came for last year's, and then I'm back for the third year.
Cool. What's your mascot at the University of Tennessee?
We have Smokey the dog.
Go Dogs!
Yeah, Smokey.
Is it
Oh.
D-O-G or D-A-W-G?
DOG.
DOG, okay.
Smokey's very formal.
Traditional university, normal spelling.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So what do you want to get out of this?
Well, this year it's mostly about just the networking and then figuring out what people have learned in the past year. Because last year we had the rollout of the new version and then the new MacBook Pros. So I want to know what everyone's been doing since then and how they've been making it work for them.
Now, do you go to the university? Are you the faculty of the university?
I'm
What's your-
staff. So
staff
what
at
I
the
do is
university.
I develop course curriculum for online courses.
Oh, cool.
So we video, we shoot, post produce, and then deliver content for online courses.
So you use Final Cut in the curriculum?
Mhm.
Okay, so talk to me a little bit about the class structure. How many people do you have going through this, and what's the?
Well, so we don't teach Final Cut. That's just our platform for editing. So
Okay.
faculty members come to us to develop their courses. We'll do anything from last year I did veterinary medicine to civil engineering to kinesiology.
Awesome. So when did you start investigating Final Cut Pro 10?
I came into Final Cut Pro 10 when I started with the university. I was original Final Cut user back in 2001.
Okay.
Then left post-production, production, came back to it in 2013 right into Final Cut Pro 10. So it was a huge paradigm shift. And then they changed the library event structure on me halfway through a project, and I updated. So
Everybody
there
in
was
this room
that learning
feels your
curve
pain.
again. So
Yes.
but it's all good now. It's all good now.
Cool. So when we get to go to Apple, because we know everybody publicly has been disclosed that we're going to take a trip over there.
Yes.
What do you expect to experience there?
Well, a lot of subtle statements, which has been the norm. I expect to hear something about H.265, just
Okay.
because it is on the iOS's. And if the idea is that you're using your iPhone or your iPad as a collection endpoint, you're going to have someplace to edit that. iMovie not being within that shift, it makes sense for that to be part of Final Cut. With the hiring of Tim Dashwood, I expect to see some 360 statements.
Okay.
And with the hiring of Wes Plate and his success with Automatic Duck and his Xsend Motion, I almost expect to see something about the return to round tripping
Okay.
between Final Cut and Motion as well.
Very cool. Well, it should be an exciting week for everybody.
I think so.
So, excellent.
And then a trip to the Apple Store.
And a trip to the Apple Store. What do you want to buy at the Apple Store?
I don't know, I have a gift card, so I have to figure it out.
Oh, I hear there's a
And Christmas is
rumor
coming up.
that there are some T-shirts occasionally over there that you can't really find anyplace else. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I heard.
T-shirts and pins and notepads and water bottles. So yeah,
Things you can't get anywhere else.
things we can't get anywhere else, and it can't be
I
returned.
heard a new addition to the Apple Store. They have Steve Jobs ashes.
That's
what I heard.
I hope in Lucide at least.
The little
bags.
Yeah, a little while.
Awesome. Well,
They have to
okay.
spread them around.
So, you wanna like interview Ian or something? Ian, you're the far guy. You're from the southern end of the planet.
So tell
Yeah,
us
that's
what
right.
secrets you don't know.
It's because I don't.
Or what secrets you do know, and pepper them with
Wait a
throughout.
second. There's two people out there who don't know who you are. So this is Ian Ederson from Brisbane, Australia,
Hi.
who is a longtime Final Cut Pro 10 guy and has been kind of on the boards with us since day one. So now spill your guts, Ian.
Tell us things you don't know.
I wish I had secrets I had to withhold because I'd be pretty good at that. But no, I know nothing special about any of this.
Okay.
We know there'll be VR stuff because it was announced. We know
Yes.
there'll be HEVC stuff because it's been announced. The new iMovie supports HEVC, like the GH5, which a few people here have.
We have more nerd gear in this room. It's amazing.
Yeah, but
We've-
that shoots HEVC.
we all got
It's-
We've already had a 3D throwdown. And Ian was part of the 3D throwdown.
Yeah.
Ian brought out his 3D camera, and then of course Steve has a bigger 3D
I'm
camera,
transferring
and I have
video
no 3D camera.
as we speak
Well,
because
that
it's too
happens-
slow.
That's only. That's like a 180 and 180.
Right, 360.
It's really good. Got some videos shot already.
When we go get my 360 camera, so that's something to talk about.
Yeah,
I'll
absolutely.
right back.
527.
Yeah, this is the baby
127?
VR camera.
Yeah, but
So
don't tell anybody, Steve.
What was cool was that he was able to shoot 3D and monitor
You're gonna have
his
a
phone
lot
at
of
the same
people
time.
show
He was
up.
doing that earlier today.
yeah, so I'm just transferring some stuff. This is like your baby entry level VR 360-degree camera. And look, all the terms are a bit interchangeable because a 360-degree camera, you can view it in VR if you want to. It's not stereo. If you want to do it at a higher level, you get the camera Steve's going to bring later. But this is the ideal. I'm getting my feet wet. I want to spend $200 to $300, and it's pretty good for that.
It looks like it has more stuff in it than my little Theta S from 2 years ago, which was a nice little beginning rig. It was cheap, but I think it's gone way past that.
From the reviews, what I've been able to figure out, there's about 3 cameras which are new-ish and good and not too much money, which are like the new Theta 4K,
Right.
the Gear, the Gear something this year, and this one, which is the Xiaomi Mijia Mi Sphere.
Oh, well, of course it is.
Yeah.
Would you please spell that for our audience?
Xiaomi is XIAOMI.
I had a feeling.
So, Xiaomi, if you haven't heard of them, they're well known. They do pretty high quality gear. They're in China, a Chinese company.
Okay.
They make tablets and phones and tablets and batteries and stuff. And I've had one of the little backup battery things. It's been good. And they've got a good name as these things go.
Uh-huh.
So, and this has got good reviews.
Cool.
Like, it doesn't actually shoot 4K. The video is 3.5K.
It seemed like your workflow was real fast. I mean, you were shooting on that this morning when we were having coffee, and it's
We're going to have a
now.
visitor here in a second. Sam Woodall's going to pop in.
Oh, cool.
So the workflow is not bad, but the main problem is that the best stitching is done in the iOS app. Like, you can bring it in into a stitch in Final Cut 2, that's not as good.
Okay.
The app is better. But transferring things to the app is on Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's
And-
nice.
Well,
That's the only way?
If it was faster, I'd be much happier.
You can't
This is
plug it
being
in?
done. No, you can take the SD card out, but it's unstitched. The stitching happens on the app. How do you get stuff from here to here? Wi-Fi. So that's
Look who it is.
That's my main issue.
Is that Sam?
Sam!
Sam!
Hi, Sam!
This is really weird seeing sun and just darkness around me, but you
Can't see you.
can't see me? Am I all good?
Don't click on it with your mouse. He's off, he's on, he's off, he's on.
Hello?
We can see you, Sam.
There we go.
Oh, this is why we need a touchscreen Mac.
Oh gosh.
You hit.
What are you doing, Bill? You sent us back to the 50s.
I know, which is probably better for me because I have lousy.
Goodness me.
Good to have you here. We welcome.
It's weird seeing bright sunlight where you are and just complete darkness where I am, because obviously it's like
Oh, you look
time
fun.
zones.
It's the middle of the freaking night there. What time is it?
Yeah, I'm about to go to a friend's house to watch Stranger Things season 1 and then watch season 2 immediately after. So we're having a bit of a geek night.
I would like to watch Stranger
You've got a
Things.
binge night ahead of you.
Oh yes, we do. So it's a bit of a. That's why I can only join for a few minutes because I'm about to head out the door. So
Okay, well, it's good to have you with us.
how are you guys finding? Well, meeting up so far. The summit's not till tomorrow, isn't it?
Awful.
You know, honestly, this is a hell of a lot of fun. You go through the hotel lobby and there's 6
Hey,
guys.
Steve.
you haven't seen
Hey,
in a year.
Sam, good to see you.
What's cooler than
Good
that?
to see you.
Yeah, I mean, Steve won't tell us if it's coming out tomorrow or anything.
Oh,
I don't know if anybody knows.
Some people know, and some people know.
Well,
not
people
so.
from Apple know.
Right, but everybody's holding out
They
their
know.
NDA stuff, whatever that happens to be, particularly well. No one has said anything.
Nobody has said anything.
we'll find out something. If you get them really drunk tonight, maybe something will slip.
You know, here's just a prediction. They wouldn't have us all coming here, and they wouldn't have the trip to Apple unless something interesting was going to be said.
They
That's
could.
my prediction.
They could. They absolutely could.
They could.
If they could have a month ago, they might have thought it would be ready.
Right, that's
And then
absolutely
they
true.
arrange the conference,
That's
and then
right.
it's not ready.
Could be a
And they'll
total
say,
letdown.
Hey, guess what's coming out in 2 weeks?
Let us all down. Yeah.
Rumors say 2 months.
Yeah,
That's all they
That's
say.
accurate.
Yeah, we just don't know.
That
That's
would be
the
a
fun of it.
If iMovie's ready,
It'll be unfortunate, but
Final Cut's not right.
Yeah.
Different skin, same color.
Right.
So, and look, the HEVC works.
Yes.
Like, you got High Sierra, you got iMovie, the GH5 open gate files work a treat. So
the underpinnings.
yeah, the underpinnings are there.
Well, they're both the same app, aren't they? iMovie and Final Cut. It's just literally just a reskin. So it'll probably be maybe next week. You never know, or tomorrow. It's going to be at least before Christmas. We know that.
We
You
found
know
a
at least that.
coffee shop, so everybody is going to be fully caffeinated tomorrow morning. Steve's already caffeinated. That's his voice.
Is it Phil's Coffee by any chance? Because I can see the logo on the mug.
Yes. There you go. Money for that.
Phil's Coffee, the Creative Summit, everybody. There we go.
here.
Nobody knows. I'm getting baited.
Exactly. Set this here.
That's right. Gabriel, how is it for you? Because this is your first kind of large Final Cut Pro 10 meetup. How is it for you? Because I know you've.
House.
He has an ankle bracelet. They had to turn it off for allow him to come across the state line.
He messaged me as soon as he landed. Christ, it's hot here, and I was like, "Is either 200 degrees below zero or 200 above? Make your pick."
Yeah, I have to lay in the sun to gather energy, and mostly I live in shadows.
He's solar powered. He is so cool.
Like a lizard, yeah. Just to lie in the sun, just to warm up.
Dark.
Yeah,
Good,
it's
that's
a building. I'm not sure where it is though.
Yeah, Peter's said
Oh,
he's
yeah,
in. I don't know where Peter is though. He's somewhere around. He's
Well,
hanging out with Jeff.
Call in if you can call in from London. Then
Shall I message Peter from the UK who's in Cupertino?
Oh, this
It might be easiest if you
We
did.
did that last year.
I'll message Peter from here to tell him where you guys are in America. That's great, isn't it? Oh wow, there's gonna be a feedback loop going on now, isn't there?
Look at that. Look at the delay.
Well, you're getting ready for Stranger Things too. That's probably part of the
Yeah.
the new
This
series.
is the Twilight Zone happening now.
Yeah.
It didn't trump the summit for me.
Goodness me. Right, yeah. On that note, I am going to have to go, but I'll let you guys continue chatting. I'll probably tune in every now. I don't know how long you guys are going to be on for, but I'll probably pop in on my phone and just have a watch of the stream and see what you guys are talking about.
Bigger event. will be
It's
like
kind of
now.
proof of concept.
Exactly.
So, awesome. No worries.
Gonna keep you out of the loop.
Yeah, it's fine. I've heard nothing yet, so I'm doing a good job of that. But right here, guys. I'll see you all later.
Cool.
Rock on,
Bye.
Sam. Take care of
Bye.
yourself.
Bye. Bye.
That's cool.
All right. Now we have Mr. Steve Morton's going to demonstrate something to do with VR 355 degrees something.
720. It goes to another dimension.
So you've lost 5
There we
degrees.
go.
All right, it needs to
So-
fold inward on itself.
It creates an event.
Hello.
Exactly.
So I'm here at the summit with
Oh, these guys.
my peeps. We're hanging out.
Oh, there
And,
it is.
wait for so yeah, 360's my subject that I'm going to be talking about on Sunday. Shooting with around a spherical camera. So this one like this. In fact, I just got this recently, and what I like about it, it looks like the remote in Star Wars. Does it look like the remote in Star Wars?
Oh, yeah.
It does.
Magic 8
But it also
Right.
reminds me of
No, it doesn't. Isn't it like the remote in Star Wars?
Vader
It
and
totally is.
getting Leia.
Oh yeah, this is like Pro Droid. Right? Well, the you guys are geeks.
I think we can get it. Like I've got a tracking session on Sunday.
yeah.
If I can get a video of this,
Yeah.
I could track this in, and we could recreate the video.
That would be. We should do
Star
that. So
Wars.
geeky.
There's a project.
Okay.
All right.
So this is.
It's
You know what I like
geeky,
about.
it's
You know what I
just
like
like
about this
Call
camera.
Roger. Get him down
You
here.
know what I like about this camera more than anything. I don't know if you can see this, but he looks like he's smiling at you. He's like always smiling at you.
Kind
Anyway.
of like that ball in Halo.
So I'm doing a session on 360 VR video on Sunday, and production things to think about: where to put the camera, what are you going to do with your lights, what are you going to do with your crew, because these things shoot like everywhere. This camera, it's really interesting. The whole VR world was kind of it's gone through this transition. 2 years ago, this company called Nokia released a 360 camera that was it costed $60,000, called the Ozo, and it had a bunch of 1080p cameras that did stereo in the front, mono in the back, and you plugged in a proprietary power module and a some sort of a media in the back of it. And this is my friend Alex Lindsay shoots all of his Pixel Core stuff with it. Well, great camera, but they just pretty much laid off that division. There's not going to be any Ozo camera anymore. Discontinued. Yeah, discontinued.
End of line.
Well, it's interesting because this camera came out, this was introduced at CES, and this camera does up to 8K mono, and it does up to 6K stereo, and it has 4 channels of audio. I think they just had firmware, I haven't tested this yet, with ambisonic audio, which essentially surround audio that surrounds you. This camera was released into the market for $3,500 price point, so basically they undercut an OK by 85%. So that's where we're at now. I mean,
Yeah.
so anyway, Here's the thing that I didn't get to talk about is I can't even shoot with this camera right now because the media that I got with it wasn't fast enough. I didn't do my homework, and the card that was up there. In fact, I'll blame it on B&H. They put a card saying this is the card you should be using with this camera, and I put it in there, and it's just like big error message, not fast enough. So you know what's funny? Here's what's funny about it. The card I had was a
So what is the card that you were?
It was what's the company that makes the cards?
Sandisk?
Sandisk. Thank you. It was Sandisk. It was an Extreme 90. It was a Class 3 90 megabyte per second. Okay, here's what's funny. The card they recommend is a Class 3 95 megabytes per second.
Oh my God!
I missed it by 5. I can't even believe 5 megabytes per second would make a difference, but it did because the card at 90 megabytes per second would not capture video because it's capturing 6 streams of up to 4K simultaneously in HEVC codec.
It's because they lie on the cards all the time.
It really makes sense.
Because they
So you won't be able to
couldn't
actually show content in your demo.
Oh, that's not true. No, wait, no. Here's what's no, it's not gonna be imagined. So B&H is awesome. So I just said, okay, overnight me the card here.
Nice.
Hotel.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully by tomorrow I'll have the card and we can shoot some stuff with it.
Is that mini micro SD or regular?
It's regular SD.
Okay. If you're in trouble,
What is
you can
that?
borrow that.
That's it. That's the card. That's it. This is the card right here that I was
There's
missing.
only 7 of them in the world.
Exactly.
That's it. That's the card.
So that's 300.
Oh, well, actually,
Many
no,
boxes
but
dies really
that's
that
plenty.
hard.
Well, look, they're recommending 95 megabytes per second, and that's like
That's
3
sustained.
times.
That's sustained,
sustained.
not
Yeah,
peak.
well, the thing is, the quote on the card is the maximum.
Wait, is
The
it
minimum
megabytes
is
or
what
megabits?
counts. And so that's
It's
why
not
the
megabits.
difference.
That's
is
why
like
I know, so
95.
why? So I guess I don't understand why.
Yeah, because if the data rate ever falls below the minimum speed, that's when it loses the recording.
Oh, I see.
And it's
Well,
minimum
maybe
write speed as well. Like,
Eight
they just
times.
couldn't care what the read speed is, but they don't put
That's
the right
what-
numbers on
Yeah,
the
what's the
That's the
card.
right. That's the right speed. So that
They're just identifying the minimum write speed by what's written on the outside.
so that card does make a difference there.
It'll be a different card. Like weird thing, I bought a micro SD for that whole
Right.
thing, and like you have to buy you take a little piece of
Right.
card to the cashier, that
Sure.
gives you the real card.
Right.
The numbers on the box they gave me were different from the numbers on the card because I've actually upgraded the card since I bought the thing.
Yeah.
And the write speed was like 60 megabytes and 40. It was like weird. But no, the cards are stupid. They make.
It's ridiculous. And then isn't Sandisk not making cards anymore?
No, they are.
No,
It's-
Lexar.
Lexar.
Oh, Lexar. 'Cause I actually like the Lexar cards.
Yeah, no, Sandisk could be making good cards. They're still around. But
I believe
yeah,
Transcend, I think I've been using. for
Yeah,
years.
Transcend. That's the one.
No
Yeah.
failure ever.
Yeah, I've never had any issues with those. That's
They're
the
cheap
good.
too.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean,
So-
relatively speaking.
yeah. Samsung
Inexpensive,
cards
not
too.
cheap.
Like they're okay.
Sure. Oh,
I like that
It's-
one.
it's
'cause
amazing.
As opposed to the word
Isn't it amazing
average
that
is around a
something this small
Probably
can
relative
hold
term.
so much data?
Well,
BMW
even
is
the
a
micros
word.
are like 128
If
gig
you're in a
pixels
particular
as well.
Exactly.
So, well, thank you for the offer of the card. That's,
Yeah, no problem.
because that means I can still shoot with it before the weekend.
Yeah, no problem. Because I only need it for like the mega data rate stuff, and I don't do it. So
Right. Awesome.
it
So,
doesn't.
Excellent.
Yeah.
okay, so
Have you shot an HLG yet?
So,
Yes.
I haven't. I've been.
yes,
I've
So
been.
what's the
price of that one?
it's $3,500.
okay, and what does it shoot for?
It shoots via these 6 cameras. It
What if you
shoots,
had, like, a
each
plane?
camera will shoot up to 4K separately,
Right.
as a separate, independent stream. And you can shoot either mono, and that uses an iPhone app
Okay.
or iPad OS. And that's you can choose. You can choose 8K mono, you can choose 4K mono, 6K mono, or you can do 2 modes of stereo, which is essentially going to left and right of the
Right.
stream. You're going to get you can do 6K stereo or 4K. But here's the thing: the 4K will stitch it in camera. But the 6K you have to take the files out and then stitch it using their software.
All my other stuff
Which is
comes
more
out, so
efficient?
I can't
In
possibly
camera?
screw it up.
Well, yeah, if you do it in camera, it's gonna. But here's the neat thing: the camera still records the individual files. So even if you don't like the in-camera stitch, you can then still bring the files into their proprietary stitching software and then mess with this, mess with the pictures.
What does each individual file look like? Is it
whatever about
4K
running video.
frame,
I don't need video.
It's-
but like,
or is it that weird?
It's equirectangular.
Gotcha.
So it's that's stretched. It's 2 to 1.
3 hours.
Okay.
So you have this 2 to 1 image, and there's 6 of them, and they're all MP4 HEVC,
Put in 20
yeah,
hours.
high efficiency. HEVC. I guess
H.265.
Yes, H.265. That's even better. H.265.
So we just need an app that can edit
That's a little different,
H.265.
yeah.
12, 13.
Yeah.
But the way that it shoots along.
At some point, we're
Yeah, well, I'd be editing this stuff in iMovie because they don't support
Yes.
360.
And the highlights peak at 7980.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
Excellent.
So, cool. This is fun.
Good point.
Yeah, it's
What
fun.
I know this with a very custom Cindy profile.
Right.
I use natural.
Natural. Okay, I gotta find this.
I
Where's
like
my?
zones in a cine summit.
I've been hit or miss with
We've
them.
been left on the screen talking. We're talking stuff.
This is actually really
Yeah,
smart.
we're talking as if
So,
there's nobody there.
as if there's nobody
Because-
there, because there might be nobody there.
Because
Yeah.
that's really good damage.
We're complaining about vlog.
Vlog is a tricky beast.
Yeah.
On the GH5 and GH4.
Yeah. So,
Probably best to
yeah,
leave
if you
these
look at
on
various profiles, you can shoot vlog, you can
Yeah,
shoot
you had
HLG,
another
you can shoot natural,
much
blah,
less
blah, blah.
expensive camera.
Yeah, it's- I left it.
I might-
It's,
If you're now the
same
second
company, but it's a
person,
little
whose
bit-
opinion I respect, let's recommend
180,
natural.
280
Totally natural.
It's.
My friend
That's
Thomas
the
will be
line
happy
starting.
with that.
So, yeah, and then it's a
Natural
great
is just a
camera,
little bit
and I actually looking at Ian's.
The colors are supposed to be.
I looked at the
the
image
most
and I was
natural.
blown away how
Right?
good it
It
was.
is. And this one sounds really good.
Is that right?
But outdoor, don't the greens tend to be pretty nuclear?
Yeah.
They're okay.
No, it's
I
fine.
wonder what profile I keep seeing that, where they just look.
CB.
All
So
right.
you guys
Same
see
here.
this?
I used to be like,
Yeah.
the first day I got GH4.
So I'm trying to start a ping from
CB
people,
is
I'm
weird.
just trying to figure out whether
These
he's
are-
nearby and maybe wants to stop by.
Go
out in the hallway and
Yeah.
Marco.
And we should look.
Marco Polo.
I'm sure Richard has opinions on this.
Yeah, you got a GH5 now. We're all
So what?
What picture profile do you like on your GH5?
I'm using natural right now.
Yes, it does.
High five!
That's number 3, so
Natural.
now I'm the odd one out.
This one.
No, I'm gonna be.
Everybody kind of like
Really?
natural then.
All
Yeah,
every-
I had a switch
box,
over then.
every
You're a
you can
GH5 guy too?
choose-
Yeah, 2 of them.
They have
We should have
t-shirts.
t-shirts.
And they
We
make
should
a
get
lot
t-shirts.
Oh, I've got my lenses
So
here.
every
This is my
camera,
first-
every
Everyone's
camera,
to be
every
bigger.
camera, yeah. But also has this thing called
This is really nice.
ISO exposure for each lens. So if I set the camera here,
Which is so nice.
obviously
to light it, and
the
it's,
the
you know,
Right.
cameras are facing
rectangular,
this direction.
Close up
I'm gonna
and
be
stuff. It's
Are going to be shot stop way down, and these are going to be, you know.
like I
Oh,
can see
way
the
up,
way
yeah, wide open.
bathroom and get the
So in order to get a
Right.
more even
That
exposure.
picture, I just got a Canon, because I have a speed booster, so I got a Canon. So if you buy the 70 to 200 FT,
It'll regulate the exposure.
If you buy the 70 to 200
on the edge,
F4, it's
so
$600.
even out the exposure.
But with my speed booster, it's 2.8 anyway.
More automatic.
So I don't have the stabilization, which at times can be
That's
tricky, but I'm
where we're
almost
at right now.
always
You
on
got
some sort of support
a
system.
lot of control.
And that lens is not my favorite lens. Obviously, I need
It
to
is.
knock out, you know, 12 to 70
The
millimeter
reason I
range,
get
but
Amazonic audio now is.
I think there's definitely a
they're
focus
adding
in between,
more and
depending on
more
how
features.
I never
Yeah.
used auto, although there are times when I would like to.
Okay, so
Pretty
here's
aggressive
what I
every
like
few months they
about
go,
a lot of lenses, right? I'm on manual focus.
Oh, the camera does
But
this
if you're
now.
on an auto
I kind of like that.
lens, you can just swipe to autofocus. No
See,
tap,
that's-
just
the
swipe.
problem is, I sold all my Micro Four Thirds lenses for Rokinon Cine lenses,
Huh?
which are awesome
Do you have
in their own
Rokinons?
right.
Yes.
Do you have
Yeah,
Rokinons?
four of
I
them.
have an 85 and a 35.
Yep.
And I'm waiting to, I have an 8, I want, no, I have a 50 and an 85. And
What use
I
have
want
you
the
found for
30,
the
I want the
85?
35. Oh, the 85?
I've never found a use for it.
Well, it's funny,
Oh.
I've used it for portraits.
I-
I've got to bring the camera way back because I have
Yeah,
a C100 and then you get with a 1.6 crop. It's more like, 100, it's more.
With the speed booster, right? Yeah.
I have
I
a
got the
16,
16,
the 35, and
50,
85, and I haven't
85.
found a use for the
Really?
85. Yeah.
So the question is, are we gonna go tonight over to Armadillo Willie's and do that?
I think that's
I want to.
unanimous.
He wants to-
Sounds like a
I've only heard the
simple law.
rumors.
It is simple log, but I
They are
don't
true.
want to control things.
You're not controlling.
You're
it.
allowed to.
You're voting.
Yeah, voting.
This is- You're just exercising your rights as a SCP-10
Well, I
world.
think it's
I have
nothing that's better than like guys who are like eating like dead animals with barbecue sauce,
That's right.
right?
Yes. So
So,
what time do
sorry,
we
no,
want
it's fine. There are 16, 35, 15, 85.
Yes.
I found out I've never used the 16. I almost only use the 85.
Are you still on?
This is
Because there's
most
nobody on
interviews.
I like the 35.
Well,
I
the,
like
the,
the 35.
the 85 is a beautiful.
I
lens.
love the 85.
I've actually put it on my 5D to shoot stills, like portraits with it. It's amazing.
I don't ever go below T4 though, because it's T28 with the speed booster, because it's kind of
actually, the other reason
Yeah.
I like it, I love the fact that the gears are built right into the side of the lens. So like for my follow focus, it just boom and just snaps on
Yes.
it. It literally takes 20 seconds to get the follow focus to work.
Because I've had the 70 to 200 on even on a tripod, and even adjusting the focus, I get camera
It's
shake.
because
But with these, it is so
it's
smooth.
smooth. And,
Have you ever get any weird vignetting on it?
It's really
I have.
nice.
Yeah, well, at the far
Wow.
end, if you're pushing at the far end of
7
the
mil is
glass,
just-
you're gonna get slight little bit.
When you need it,
But
it's nothing.
I never push
Yeah, I
it
think
anyway.
what do I
try to
have?
find in the
10 or
range.
12,
And
12 I
then
guess.
I also use
the lowest
width
I
of the
go.
width.
And what's the
You know,
f-stop
so
on
you're
it?
not-
No,
little
yeah.
little
So
knobs,
fixed
so you don't
for-
have to like to touch the
Sure.
camera.
Fantastic.
Actually,
Keep
hold
it
on.
from-
Somebody go ahead.
It's
It's like-
not cheap.
wait,
Yeah,
no,
wait,
no,
here.
no,
It actually works really
There you
good.
go.
It works really well.
I want to do that actually.
You can
I want to
spend
get the pan
lenses.
button.
Oh, that's stupid.
Because I had one where it was like up here for
Yeah.
like 6 hours straight, and my arms up here.
Oh,
I
like
wish
my-
I could have
my
been like
favorite is
way this
probably the
low,
Sigma.
but my monitor was there, so I
Yeah, with
I
the
need some
speakers.
way to.
All right.
Because
So
that
it's
would
got a 3 times
so much
optical zoom.
nicer
It's-
than-
It goes down to
this.
Oh, that's what
Really also look like an idiot.
I like
It's not
Sony
doing
just
5.1.
introduced a new lens
Yes.
to their A7.
Yes.
They just
I'd love
Yeah.
to make it right now.
But the
And
problem
it's
is also
that's the reality.
But I don't know.
Compared to ours.
Sony's being
Like,
really
the
aggressive in
lenses
that
we-
space.
I have
also
3, but I got the small.
Yeah.
In some ways, yeah.
Is there anything else we want to say before we stop this? We'll tell you guys all about
We'll be back.
the summit tomorrow.
Yeah, well, excuse
It
me.
is really more news.
Basically, it's just
Especially
having
tomorrow.
fun, having fun. Wish you were here.
Especially tomorrow night at the exhibit thing, we'll be going around.
Oh, yeah.
People
What exhibit thing?
Yeah, exhibit 9.
here
Is it tomorrow night? I thought it was Saturday night.
Friday night.
Well, Saturday night is off the tracks. After everything.
Oh, so because last year, Saturday night, we did that whole thing, and we did a tip night where we all got up and we had shared different.
That's still.
Well, that's a different thing. That's
That's in the afternoon,
Ava and
Saturday?
Jeff doing the tip thing in the
It's
actual
on Sunday,
presentation. I don't think that's no.
No,
Sunday.
it's
Sunday.
Saturday. That's Saturday
I think
night.
Richard and I don't know who else will
I
do the
told
last thing on Sunday.
Jeff what I wanted to see a session. I think it'd be fun just let someone, everyone gets up and shows them their most favorite app. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Hey, I think it'd be really good to do a session where you just talk about your favorite production app, whatever that is.
That'd be
Here's why I
interesting.
like it.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah.
You know,
Favorite non-FCPX.
no, FCP, like this is why I use this app all the time, kind of thing. Like for example,
For example,
I have this app.
And with screen record, you can do that.
Well, I have this is going to be so
Is that a
silly.
Samsung?
No, it's an iPhone 8. So anyway, this is an app called Keezy, and it's really funny because it's I love simple apps like this. It's let's see, colored squares.
Yeah.
There we go.
There are
See the
colors
colored
there.
squares? Yeah. So what you do is you can record into each one of these squares, right? And if you want to make some instruments, so you can have some. You can, if you're actually good at harmonizing to yourself, you can record in one square.
Oh,
So
okay. It's a looping thing.
oh, it's so much fun.
it's
Yeah, so yeah, so it's this. Like, I'll do it for you. So I'm gonna get going soon.
Doesn't sound like it.
Do you just beatbox in the car when
Yeah.
no one's watching?
It's just
Everybody's like,
and what's really great about this thing is that
hold
you
it by the microphone.
okay. So it's really great. I'll do this other one down here. It's really fun. So you get to see. I have so much fun with this on my planes and stuff.
What is it called, Steve?
It's called Keezy.
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 There was an app a lot like this, but you had to record your own box first. It's discontinued.
I know this
Doesn't work
seems
on iOS.
stupid, but like I could spend like hours with this, like
No, it's
just
fun.
playing with music.
It's
You
so
know,
much fun.
so much
All
fun.
those
So I mean,
All
this
right.
is the kind of stuff.
We're gonna sign off tonight,
Yeah,
everybody,
Keezy.
for tonight. Tomorrow night will be the big night. We'll go on with the exhibit, go around the room for an hour and a half, talking to everybody. See everybody later.
Yeah.
Adios from California.
Yeah.